everybody. Afternoon Path Chat covering the futures markets. This is Bob Iacchino along with Mike Arnold. It is March 16th. Futures markets, we normally cover the equity indices, but there just wasn't much movement today, very narrow range. The majors finished slightly lower, but there was some movement in crude and the metals. I did want to briefly mention, since Mike is going to talk about crude, that the Saudis are now starting to, in private and in public, warn the other members of OPEC and the non-OPEC members of the production cut cartel that they will not continue to absorb the failure of the other nations to hit their production cut targets. And I think they kind of showed that a little bit with the fact that the OPEC report showed them with a decrease of 61,000 and some odd barrels in production per day. And their actual report, the Saudi Arabians, actually reported an increase of 235,000 barrels. So that might have been a little bit of a shot across the bow in terms of what they're going to do. They're not going to lose market share because other people are cheating on the agreement, even though the cheating is very small. In politics,
Okay, thank you very much, Bob. So crude today rallied up to our declining rotation zone and the GAN level, nearly to the penny on the GAN level, then pulled back. This is really to find a key high and low for which you watch for. If we get above today's high, which would put us above the 8, watch for a continued move probably to around the 50.45 level initially, and then if it gets above there, 50.76. If we get below today's low, and especially about the 48.36 level, watch for a retest of 47.93, then the rising trend line, then 47.09. Those are your key crude levels I'm going to be watching for. In metals, copper rallied up to through a couple of our GAN levels, the 268.29 and 269.03, and fell back down. On a continued rally, watch those levels again, and then today's high, which was around 269.80. We see what the exact high, 269.75 was the exact high. Then we have this declining trend line, which will be resistance. If we get below today's low, watch for a retest of the 265.90 to 265.58 area, and then below that, next key level down is around 263.59. Over to gold. Gold rallied up through our little GAN cluster today, right around the 1229, 1230 mark, made a high of 1234. If we get through today's high, again, watch for a run to possibly 246. If we trade back down tomorrow, watch for key support 218, 219. Then we have 214.80. And 1209 are your next key levels lower. And finally, for silver, interesting, rallied up, went through the 21 that's now flattening and sold back down, and as low as one of our key GAN levels today at 1223, 1225. If we get down through that level tomorrow on further weakness, watch for a 1711 test and then 1705. We rally up, watch for a test of today's high, which was 1758.5. And if you get through there, watch for a 1768 retest level. That's all we have for you. Back to you, Bob.
thank you, Mike. If you guys need to know the equity index levels, go back to yesterday's PM Path Chat on futures, where Mike dishes out those levels. Again, small range, nothing really changed. So we just did the appropriate updates. If you like what we're doing, click like, click subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, path_trading. We will talk to you guys early tomorrow. Cheers, everybody.